Beneath our feet, across continents, lives the largest cooperative society the animal kingdom has ever produced. Not humans, not elephants, ants, billions of them, stretching thousands of kilometers, acting as one. This is the hidden empire of the Argentine ant. Look closely at the soil of southern Europe, from the hills of northern Italy, through the south of France, across the coasts of Spain, and into Portugal. A single continuous society of ants stretches for 6,000 kilometers. 6,000 kilometers. That is the distance from London to Moscow, and further still. Scientists have confirmed it is the largest recorded contiguous colony of ants on Earth. Millions of nests, hundreds of billions of individuals. Some researchers believe the total number may approach 500 billion, and this is only one of their empires. On the other side of the world, along the California coast, another supercolony runs for more than 900 kilometers, from San Diego north past San Francisco. In this network alone, the population may number nearly 1 trillion ants. Each worker is barely 2 to 3 millimeters long, yet together they have built societies larger in geographic reach than most human nations. Their story begins far from these shores. In the floodplains of the Paraná River, in what is now Argentina and Uruguay, the Argentine ant, Linepithema humile, lives as a normal territorial species. Colonies fight. Borders are defended. Aggression is the rule. Then, in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, a few of these ants hitchhiked across the oceans. They traveled in the soil of ornamental plants, in cargo holds, and in the ballast of ships. They arrived in California, in Mediterranean Europe, in Australia, in Japan, in New Zealand, and something extraordinary happened. The ants that left South America carried only a narrow slice of their original genetic diversity. A bottleneck, a reduction in variation that for most species would have been a weakness. For the Argentine ant, it became the foundation of an empire. In their new lands, workers from distant nests began to recognize one another. Their chemical signatures, the scent molecules coating their bodies, remained nearly identical across hundreds and even thousands of kilometers. Because they smell the same, they do not fight. Instead of competing, they cooperate. Nests stay connected. Queens are shared. Food and workers flow freely between locations that, in any other ant species, would be at war. Scientists tested this on a global scale. They took Argentine ants from California and placed them with ants from Europe, from Japan, from Australia and New Zealand. In almost every case, the major supercolonies accepted one another as if they belonged to the same vast family. Separated by entire oceans, yet still they recognize one another as kin. This is the largest cooperative animal society ever recorded. With aggression turned off inside their own ranks, the Argentine ants expand with relentless efficiency. They do not need the strongest soldiers. They overwhelm through numbers. Long trails of workers pour across sidewalks, orchards, and riverbanks. They displace native ants. They disrupt ecosystems. They thrive in the very environments humans create. Cities, farms, gardens. In California, they have claimed hundreds of miles of coastline. In Europe, they follow the warm Mediterranean shores for thousands of kilometers. Wherever ships and trade have carried them, the supercolonies have followed. This is not conquest by force of a single queen. It is conquest by unity. Even the greatest empires have frontiers. Where two different Argentine supercolonies meet, the peace ends. In Southern California, along a battlefront that stretches for miles, tens of millions of ants die every year. Workers lock mandibles. Chemical weapons are sprayed. Bodies pile up in the soil. These are not wars against foreign species. They are wars between rival Argentine empires, societies so large they no longer recognize each other as family. And then there are the fire ants. In the southeastern United States, the red imported fire ant, another South American invader, has largely driven Argentine ants from large areas of open land. When numbers are equal, fire ants often dominate. But when Argentine ants arrive in overwhelming force, even fire ants can be pushed back. The outcome depends on the battlefield and on sheer numbers. What does this society tell us? It shows that cooperation on a continental scale is possible without central control. No single queen rules the 6,000-kilometer European supercolony. No individual ant understands the size of the empire it serves. Yet the system works. It also reminds us of our own role. Human trade created the conditions for this global network. We accidentally linked distant populations and removed the barriers that once kept them separate. In doing so, we helped build one of the most successful animal societies in the history of life on Earth. The Argentine ant did not conquer the world with strength. It conquered it with unity and a little help from us. Tiny bodies, continental reach, an empire hidden in plain sight. This is only one of nature's hidden empires. There are others waiting beneath the soil, and in the canopy, and in the dark. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this journey. If this hidden empire of the Argentine ant fascinated you, consider subscribing to the channel and pressing the notification bell so you never miss the next hidden empire waiting beneath the soil.